I think Kenny Chesney or Garth Brooks would be the coolest duet partners. I look up to them so much for their work ethics. I get really restless when I haven't worked for a day and a half. I have a recurring dream that people are lined up next to my bed, waiting for autographs and taking pictures of me. I am getting to the point where the only love worth being in is the love worth singing about. I like the way the stories of my relationships sound to music more than the way they look in print, in gossip columns or in me talking about them in interviews. I think it's a better way of telling the stories. I'm 5 feet 11, so when I wear heels, it's definitely a really good view that I have. I'm, like, 6 feet 2 when I wear heels, so I tend to wear cowboy boots a lot. My friends tease me about the fact that if someone seems bad or shady or like they have a secret, I find them incredibly interesting. For me, when I picture the person I want to end up with, I don't think about what their career is, or what they look like. I picture the feeling I get when I'm with them. I don't really know that much about love, it turns out. Love story is actually about a guy that I almost dated. But when I introduced him to my family and my friends, they all said they didn't like him. All of them. For me, risky is revealing what really happened in my life through music. Risky is writing confessional songs and telling the true story about a person with enough details so everyone knows who that person is. A lot of people ask me, how did you have the courage to walk up to record labels when you were 12 or 13 and jump right into the music industry? It's because I knew I could never feel the kind of rejection that I felt in middle school. Because in the music industry, if they're gonna say no to you, at least they're gonna be polite about it. I remember auditioning for record labels and having them tell me, well, the country radio demographic is the 35-year-old female housewife. Give us a song that relates to the 35-year-old female, and we'll talk. I don't have big security guards. I don't have an entourage. But when I hear a great song, I can't help but be inspired by it, regardless of whatever genre that song falls under. You get to a point where it's like you can't really do anything right, and people will pick on you for whatever decisions you make, so I just try and take no notice and get on with my music. I felt like my favorite writers have almost musical hooks in their work, whether it's poetry or a hook at the end of a chapter that makes you want to read the next one. And I think that my favorite writers definitely have something musical about what they do, in saying something so relatable and universal and so simple. I don't live by all these rigid, weird rules that make me feel all fenced in. I just like the way that I feel like, and that makes me feel very free. I would love to continue in music, with writing, but I am not the kind of person who will hang around if I start to become irrelevant. If that happens, I will bow down gracefully, raise my kids, and have a garden. And I am going to let my hair go gray when I am older. I don't need to be blonde when I'm 60.